avoid hiccups and scams when you're purchasing a house. It's a major purchase, and it's one of the most major purchases that you do in your life. In every city, there's a way to verify first that the owner of a property is the real owner of a property. In Dubai, you look at the title deed and you verify it through a broker's app, or you verify it through a land department app. And Dubai Land Department have launched an app some time ago where you can verify that the owner is the real owner. When you're purchasing a home, try to use a conveyancer. A conveyancer is a third party who regularly prepares the contracts, which is mostly a unified contract with an addendum attached to it, and can hold the deposits, mainly from both parties. Although it's not a common practice in many countries, in many cities, similar to Dubai, that both parties do put a deposit. It's a practice that the buyer does put a deposit, the seller doesn't. However, if you want to follow best practices, buyer should put a deposit, seller should put a deposit. This is how it should be. Now, whenever you're purchasing a house, you need to make sure that the home is in good standing. Remember, it's not only the walls and what's in front of the walls, it's what's behind the walls. You can go for a surveyor, or you can go for an inspection. You can go further to an engineered inspection. Somebody who's pro in figuring out what's behind your walls, from cables to pipes and the rest that could be eventually reasons for a leak to occur, or for a short circuit to occur, or any of those. Now, when you're doing that, and when you're going through the vigorous process of proper due diligence, you need to understand that your broker is not a lawyer. Your broker's job is to make sure that you are introduced to the property that you wish to buy, and that he negotiates between you and the seller to the best of his abilities a price that's fair to the party he's representing. Again, the party he's representing. If he's representing you in the trade, he will be negotiating for you. If he's representing the seller, he's supposed to be representing the seller and negotiating for him. If he's paid by the seller accordingly, this is the side that he will be fighting for. Now, when going through the procedure, make sure that the checks and all payments don't go to any name except the seller's name, the owner's name. And no checks are to be cashed by seller to his account. It's either kept with an escrow account holder. It can be a lawyer, can be a conveyancer, or a party that's authorized to do so. If you're a seller, make sure that the party representing you that's holding the check from the buyer is holding a check that represents more than a piece of paper, and where you can avail the value of the check without going into court, mainly by either holding a cashable deposit or a cash deposit, or a manager's check. The process that you need to follow as a landlord to make sure that the buyer trying to buy your property, block it out of the market, is legit. You need to make sure that the passport copies are there. You need to make sure that the signatures on all the documentation matches the signature on the passport copy. Similarly, a buyer would need to do the same. Going through that process does not have to be a hassle. You need to go through a professional or a set of professionals. It will cost you money, however, it will save you money. It will save you money by avoiding falling into the pitfalls of a property purchase. And then remember, a property purchase is one of the biggest purchases you'll ever do. So, it's always worth it. Invest prudently and make it a great day.